Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I'm coming at you today with the Disney princesses. Continuing with that whole series that I'm doing. I'm drawing all the Disney princesses and putting them in a mixed media background. So, this is the mixed media background that I have this time. And as you guys know, if you've been following my series, if not, I'll explain it really quickly. This is a 11 by 14 piece of poster board. You can get these at like Dollar Tree, cut your own, whatever. Okay, and so what I did is I take a bunch of magazine pieces and I decoupage them on here in an arrangement, and then I apply paint to this whole thing, so it doesn't look like this when it's done. And usually I like to start with some sky up here. I have to paint the rest of my sky in, but I did start with the sky down in through here. There's hummingbirds over it, flowers, chandeliers over it, but that's the sky. So I have to paint some more sky in this color, okay? When I glue everything down, that's another important thing. I always use matte medium. You can use Liquitex. You can use, Jane Davenport has her brand. And then there's another brand, I can't remember, whichever. Just make sure you use some matte medium to glue the pieces down, because when you do that, you glue them down with that and then you shellac them with the matte medium. It makes it a paintable surface, but more importantly, it makes it a surface that if you make a mistake and you don't like what you have, you can just take a wet paper towel or baby wipes and just wipe that paint off of there. How cool is that? So you never have to be worried about messing up, which you don't mess up anyway. It's just happy little mistakes, you know. Like Bob Ross said, happy little mistakes. Okay, so then I collaged in all these pieces. That's going to become, and I'm just going to go through it really quickly, but you'll see things as we go along. This is going to be like a little mountain, and there'll be little people on this mountain or this little hill. This is going to be a little bridge. These are going to be waterfalls. Both the flowers are going to be waterfalls. This clock, I might turn that into a big planet. I may just shoot off beams from it. We'll see. And then this right here is going to be like a little terrarium under the water. So that's going to be really cool. And there's going to be some people in there. So, and then whatever else we discover and we see. Okay, so, and then I'll be taking Jasmine. I drew her up and painted her like a year or two ago, a long time ago. But I want to take her, I'll cut her out, and I'll put her into this piece, just her. I may have to shrink her down, just depends. And I probably will shrink her down. And I'll put her somewhere in this piece. And that's how I've been doing my mixed media pieces. But I think she turned out real pretty. Okay. And then, oh, that's what she turned out like without the, that was another mixed media background that I did. But here's the other back. Here's her just all drawn up and painted. I always make copies of all my drawings and all of them after I paint them in. And then also I make copies of after I put them in whatever mixed media background I usually like to put them in. So there she is. So she, like this, I'll cut her out, will go in here. And she'll fit in here just fine somewhere. Okay, I wanted to show you, this is the last one I did, which was Tiana. And so this is what I'm talking about. It started out as a bunch of magazine pieces. And then I took acrylic paint and I started, you know, creating the magic. And then I did, who is this? Elsa? Yeah, Elsa. Okay. And these are my interpretations. So I don't try to make them exactly like the Disney characters. I make my interpretations of that Disney princess. Okay, so I wanted to show you those so you know where we're going with the whole thing. Okay, so let's get started. Let me throw that somewhere. Okay, let me turn this around so I can see it. Here and there, I'll turn it around so you can see it even better. But you can see it from looking that way. You're looking at it as if you're sitting across from me and I'm, you know, demoing something. So, it's the same view. Okay, let's start. So, we're going to start up here with this sky. You can see that in the sky there is pink, a lighter blue, a darker blue, and purple. So, I have those colors right here. And, you know, I don't have that light blue color yet. Okay, I do now. Okay, so I'm going to start putting these colors down. And there's also some clouds, very light clouds in here. I may throw a few little light clouds in. We'll see. I just use acrylic paint, you guys. I use Craft Mart a lot because it's dirt cheap. Apple Barrel. This is like $3 for $1 on sale at Michael's, if not 50 cents. This is Apple Barrel, 50 cents at Walmart. So, just to let you know, it's nothing expensive that you have to use. Also, the folk arts, if you get any of those are a good price. Those are only 99 cents at Walmart. If you try to buy folk art at Michael's, it's quite a bit more. Not majorly expensive, but like, you know, it may be $1.70, $2, something like that. All right, just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Paint wouldn't come out. Okay. And this is an Americana color, which I really love. It's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? And I can only get this Purple Pizzazz in Americana, so... And I got that at Michael's. They can be on sale like $1 something. Usually $1 when they're on sale, but if not, they're like a little bit more than the expensive ones. But I always have this Americana color, this Purple Pizzazz in my stash because I just love the color. I think it's gorgeous. Okay. Get out of there. And let me make sure I got all my colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to start out with this purple color. And because I also here on the white part, even the white poster board part, I put matte medium even on the white poster board over the whole thing. Down here I had to white this out a little bit because there was some orange in the water here. And I used some acrylic paint to do that, but then I put matte medium over that so that it's a paintable surface too. And also, more importantly, it's a wipeable surface. That's the most important thing. Okay. Alrighty. Let's add a little bit of lighter color in here, like right into there. Hopefully I didn't move you guys too much. Alright, and then let's add some more of this blue. And look at what I'm using, you guys. Anybody can do this. I'm using my fingers. This is not hard. Fingers? No, that is not hard. And I'm going over this chandelier a little bit right here, which I think looks really cool because it brings the chandelier into the sky. It brings it into the painting. Okay, so let's put a little bit of this here, a little bit of teal there, that light teal color. I'm liking that. Okay. Over here, let's take a little bit of light teal, a little bit of this purple. I got a little bit crazy with that purple over that chandelier, so I will cut that back a little bit in a minute. Because I do want it to look like a chandelier, but we're going to have water dripping off that chandelier. But I do want it to look like a chandelier. Like a chandelier in the sky. When I saw that, I thought, oh, how romantic. A chandelier in the sky. Everything, that's my style, you guys. I love, obviously I'm doing Disney princesses, so when I say this, you're going to be like, okay, no duh, Angela. But I love fantasy. I love fairy tales, magical, mystical, fairies, princesses. What else? Unicorns, fairies and Disney princesses, all that. So, I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. So, that's my style. But, take these techniques and you can use them in your style. So, if your style is more like space or or whatever your style is. Just use the techniques and then put your style into it. Because not everyone's into, you know, flying unicorns and fairies. Oh my. In fact, there's plenty of people aren't into that. They're like, okay, I'm not into that. But what you can be into is just, you know, taking different techniques, something that works for you. And be like, oh, I can, you know, take these techniques and run with them with my own style. For example, I learned this whole thing from Dee Willingham a few years ago, and she likes more space, and I do some space stuff too, but she does a lot of space, and so that's her style. But I looked at that and I thought, you know what, I can take my style, which is more fantasy worlds, and do it with the kind of stuff I like, which is what I've done. Okay, I am loving that sky. Okay, I need to put some sky in over here. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, look how pretty that looks, you guys. And you see me, I'm just using my finger. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in that sky? I had this pink. I wanted to put some pink in there. Darn it. I knew I was missing a color. I got this color, this paint right here. It was regularly like expensive, $4.29. It's Winston Newton, but I got it at Tuesday morning. And I thought it's a really pretty pink, but at the same time I thought, and it's really nice heavy body, I thought it might be good for skin tone, so that's why I got it. Let's throw some pink in here, lighten things up a little bit. I did want to have some pink in here. Not that much pink. There we go. Ooh, put some pink in this clock. That looks good. There we go. Yeah, I need to use that pink in a skin tone because it's really nice. It's a nice heavy body. Nice. You know, I'm going to put this whole sky pink in here and get that covered with this pink color. And then start going from there. There we go. And even take my baby wipe. When you want to like kind of blend things out, just use your baby wipe and it'll blend right out. It's a good little technique. Let's go with some blue here. There we go. Let's go with a little bit of purple. That's too much purple on my finger. Okay. Things are blending out weird over here, over that pink acrylic. All right, you know what, guys? Let's just knock this back again. Remember I told you this is a perfect example to show you that you can just erase what you did. What's happening is, I don't know if that pink is old, but it's weird. It's like I can't put stuff over it. I don't know. It's really weird. I bought it Tuesday morning, so it might have been old or something. Let me just get a different pink out here. Yeah, that was really odd. It wasn't playing nice. Okay, let's put something dark down and then we'll do the pink over it. Okay, here we go. That's kind of been the pattern I've been following, so let's continue with that. And we'll do some purple. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of this light blue. Okay. Let's add a little pink. Okay, liking how this is all looking. There we go. Now I'm going to knock back a little bit of this purple off my flower. And off of this right here. There we go. And let's put a little bit of pink on top of here and see what that does. Oh yeah, that looks good. Add a little more purple back because alright, for this one, for some reason, this little area right here doesn't want to stay painted. Alright, we're going to let that dry. And then I'll go back over something with that purple right there. There we go. And you just kind of keep playing with things until you like it. There's no right or wrong answer. You just keep playing until you're like, okay, I like that. And I'm taking some of the sky into the bird so that it brings the picture together. And let me see what we have for time situation. What are we at? Okay. All right, so there's a little bit of sky left over here. So we're going to mess with that for a second over here. And over here in the sky, we just basically have pink and we have that purple color. So it's not exactly that purple, but we'll blend that in. It'll become that purple color. I'll throw some pink in here. There we go. That looks good. And blend that all in together. That looks good. And then I'll probably throw some light blue over here. So there was a little bit of a magazine piece over here, and what that kind of did was just give me an idea of how a sky looks. It gave me placement of my sky. I could have matched it up just perfect, but I didn't. Okay. Let's add a little bit of pink in through here, or blue. And we'll add a little bit more pink right down in through here. Perfect. Over here, let's go back over on this side. We're going to add a little bit of pink in through here. We'll add a little, let's try a little turquoise. There we go. Trying to break up that sky color so it doesn't look so. Alright, we'll let it dry and we'll work on that little sky over there in a little bit. Okay, so I see one little spot that needs to be blued out so that there's some sky right there. Okay. You know, maybe that's what this needs too, is a lot of blue right there. That is exactly what that needed. And we'll let that dry. Okay. So far, this is what we have. This is what the sky looks like. Okay. How cool does that look? All right, so now we're going to do the same thing down here in this water, because we're going to have the water reflect. We're going to have the water reflect, or the sky reflect into the water. So about the same colors we're going to do down into here. Okay. Okay, a lot of I'm going to throw in a lot of blue and teal first. And then we'll throw, you know what, actually, right here I'm going to throw in some purple. I think that'll look really cool. This is all about going with what your gut feels. You may think you know what you're going to do from minute to minute, but not with this kind of work, you don't always. And it's good not to. Okay. We're going to go with some blue here. And then let's go with some of the light teal or robin's egg blue. Got some more robin's egg blue right here. I'm going to go with some more purple. Oh, how pretty. And as you can see, the Jasmine picture, she's wearing a lot of purple. Yeah, her whole dress is purple, so that's good to get this purple color in here. Okay, and then throw some blue in here. At the very tippy bottom, we'll throw in some blue. Sorry, you guys, if you weren't seeing that. My hand was in the way. Okay, right now I don't want this blue right here. Right now, I do want it in at the bottom. So we'll see. This might be like it's being protected in its own little vessel under the water. I'm going to put some people in here at the bottom. So we're going to leave that right there for now. I need to break this up right here. Remember that blue over here that was a mess? Now that it dried, I'm able to mess with it. Cool. I like that a lot better. Throw some pink in there. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we got the water in there. So I've shown you how to do a sky with your fingers, how to do water with your fingers. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let me see what time it is. And you guys, if my camera happens to switch off because I'm not able to always look up at the camera and see how much time I have, my camera turns off about 25 minutes. Just head to part 2. And actually, I can look at my timer. It's about to go off now. So next, we're going to go into doing some clouds and throwing in some waves and stuff at the bottom. Okay? So I'll see you guys in part 2.